feel about that. All those things together will, I guess, help decide like where you want to put those efforts, you know? The makeup has changed a little bit since from New York. I used to wear blue and now I'm wearing red, but I quite like the red, actually. I think it's more fitting. I do remember singing Scott Allen's music. That was a really cool concert. That was in Victoria at the other palace, I believe. Right? I think so. Yeah, if you guys are in London, you gotta check this out. And if you're not, you gotta check it out. Favorite director's notes. I feel like when notes are given in a way of like more of a question and like a, hey, consider this, versus like, you should do this or you should be doing this. I just, for some reason, when someone like tells me what to do in a way that's like, I know more than you, I get really confused and kind of like locked up, versus like someone being like, hey, so like consider this approach or think about this. I just feel like that's a much more respectful way of collaborating with artists. And, you know, you want to feel free and encouraged and rather than like scolded. That's me. What is a Hadestown Pro Shot coming out? Girl, you'll probably know before I do. I don't even know. I forget about that shit until someone asks me a question about it, because we haven't heard anything. Reeve is probably getting ready for the show. It takes about an hour for us to get into makeup, the cast, because the looks are quite, you know, they slay pretty hard. So we have to take our time to get into these looks. Here, I feel like there's just different dynamics. Like, even on Broadway, the show would be different depending on who is playing the roles. So it's always changing, it's always growing, but there is a difference here. The theater here was very intimate. I do feel like that changes how the show feels to the audience, because we've seen it a few times in the audience, but also as an actor, which is really cool. Working in the round is something I recommend for every actor and performer. It really challenges. It's very challenging, in my opinion, but extremely rewarding. In that you learn to use every part of your body, your back, and you think of every molecule in your body rather than more of a presentational thing. That's just what I've learned. That's pretty good. So this is my favorite part of the makeup. I love this lemon head. Shit. It's so pigmented and beautiful, and like, I want to eat it. Wait. I didn't get to watch Orville because I was doing it with him. But he is, he fucking kills. He's amazing. And one day, my mouth to God's ears, I will see, Reeve and I are going to see him in concert. We haven't had the chance yet to see him do his thing. You have an audition tonight? Kill it. You got this. They do teach you how to do makeup. They take you step by step, which is really great. Which I really appreciated, because if they were to just give me a picture, I'd be like, I am performing at Magic at the Musicals this Sunday. I'm very excited. I've never sung at Royal Albert Hall. I'm not like Jeremy Jordan who sells it out. That's so amazing. I'm so proud of him. Okay, and then after this, I go in the waterline, yeah, with some dark brown or whatever the fuck this is, to give her some more definition, and I wing it out like this. I will never forget my parents when I was in high school. For Christmas, they got me this amazing like eyeshadow palette, kind of like this, right? And I freaked out because I was like really just getting into makeup, and I was like, couldn't wait to like wear it to school when we came back from winter break. And at the time, I didn't know that I'm red and green color deficient. Rodney, I love you so much. I can't wait to see you and French kiss you and hug you. Even though I know you'll be wanting to kiss Reeve, but I'm your favorite. So I didn't realize at the time that I was red and green color deficient, which means I see a very small percentage of reds and greens and blues as well. So I'm a little, I don't see colors perfectly, but who cares? But I was getting ready to go to school, first day after winter break, and I'm looking at my palette and I'm thinking I should color in my eyebrows. So I look at the brown and I color in my eyebrows and I'm like, slay. And then I go to school and I'm in class with my high school boyfriend, and he looks at me. He's staring at me. He's like, and I thought he was about to say, "You look so good," right? Do you know what he said? "Why the fuck are your eyebrows green?" I was like, "They're not green, they're brown. I colored them in with a palette that my parents got me for Christmas." And he was like, "No, your eyebrows are green." So I texted my best friend, Kelsey, shout out Kelsey Belito, one of the realest in the world. And she met me in the bathroom in the E building. I don't know if she remembers this. And I was like, "Are my eyebrows green?" And she was like, "Yes." Ew, it's giving Grinch. I feel like we need stories like that though, to like humble ourselves. You know what I mean? Or is that just me? We are not stage dooring after the matinee because we don't have as long as a break, but we might stage door in the evening. Sorry, we can't give you an answer, but sometimes it's like up to how we feel on the day. Honestly, yeah, bring back the green eyebrows. I think I was just so embarrassed because I was like just starting to like really get into makeup, and I love wearing makeup. I also love not wearing makeup, if that makes sense, but I love to experiment. I think I was just so embarrassed having messed up in front of my boyfriend at the time. And he was ruthless, which is funny looking back, but... Okay. Now we're gonna go in with some powder. What is the best way to remember your lines? Just say them over and over again. I know that sounds so stupid, but like, understand the scene and really track your journey throughout the scene, because that will help tie together what you have to say and how you're feeling, which I feel like is very helpful. But just go over it in your head over and over and over and over again. This blush part is so, and this stuff from NYX, I want to eat all of my makeup. Handling rejection. Yeah, that's not easy. Because we're such emotional creatures, it's hard to not take it personally. I would say it's not about you. And I mean that in a good way. When you don't get the job, it's not about you. They're not saying, "Oh, like, Eve is a bad actress and she can't do this. She can't do what we're looking for. So we're not going to give her the job because she's not good enough." A lot of the times it's a look thing, or it's minor things from executive people on these, you know, casting committees, or what, you know, sometimes even for studios, like if you audition for a movie, you don't get the role because somebody else would have gotten the role and they were, you know what I mean? Like it's never a personal thing. However, I would say try to not feel rejected, but try to be like, okay, this, I'm just being redirected into something else. Do you know what I mean? I read that somewhere years ago, that it's rejection is the universe's way of redirecting you, which I think is really important to remember. Because we're not psychics, and if we would be, you know, I think that would kind of ruin the whole point of like being in the moment and like the twists and turns of life, you know? So I say, just keep working on you. The more you're focused on you, the more you're being creative, the more you're not going to need that approval from casting. Mind you, if you really want a job and you don't get it, allow yourself to be upset. That's normal. Don't be too hard on yourself. That's not going to do anything for you. Right? I mean, what has being hard on yourself really taught you and done for you? I'll wait. I'm kidding. But seriously, I had to learn that the hard way too. Time for the lashes. I'm like flying by in my makeup today. My favorite British sweet. You know, when I was doing Saigon, my favorite day off treat, and you guys are gonna laugh at this, I would go to M&S and I would get a box of Mrs. Kipling's French Fancies. I would get a bottle of Prosecco. I would get an American Vogue and a UK Vogue. And that was me. That was me. That was me, and I really enjoyed that combo. I think sugar-wise, that would like send my intestines to the 7th layer of hell now at this age. But I love, actually, shout out Hannah Dodd. The amazing Hannah Dodd, who fucking slayed Sally's Slay sister. She left these in the fridge, and may I just say, exquisite taste. Exquisite taste. Chocolate and mint with a little crunch. That's a Girl Scout. Here's my ginger shot. Like who we are. I mean, is in your characters, right? But that's not really the point. It's actually better, in my opinion, to find it. Okay, open. I mean, why did that have to be so messy? At myself. Mm-hmm. But she's exhausting. I remember like a week ago being like, I just want to perform. I just want to get into performances. And now I'm just like, I haven't even done, what is it? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is our 6th show. So, cheers to fuck fascism. No, I'm not done to do that, even though I believe in that. Cheers to health, wealth, and for maybe this year getting a fat ass. I've been asking for that for years. Hoogla boogla. Oh yeah, tips, advice for Daisy. Yeah. So I think a really great thing for Daisy is just remembering like how she would carry herself. You know, I feel like a lot of where she carries herself is like in her like décolletage, her chest. So I feel like where you carry your how your character carries themselves is like maybe can influence like how the sound comes out, how they approach lyrics and stuff like that. For me, I feel like Sally's is more like here and like here. I don't know. There's like certain shapes. This role's definitely challenged me the most. For sure. Mainly because she's so... I said careless in the beginning of my journey playing Sally. I don't think she's careless. I think she's... Can somebody get a thesaurus in here? No, but she doesn't care about the right things. If there's a word for that. Oh, damage your vocal cords rehearsal, I think. If you think, then you probably did. So I would say be very cautious. Don't speak. I would say if you can, I'm serious, go on vocal rest for 3 days. Do not speak. Do not whisper. Don't hum. Don't do anything. No phonating. And then after 3 days of vocal rest, if everything's starting to feel normal, this, not even an inch or and a half of water. No phonating yet, just 15 minutes a day. Treat your cords like you would your best friend, because, you know what I'm saying? Same with Eurydice, you know, when it comes to physicality. I teach this when I teach acting through song, which is like my favorite thing in the world. My 4 P's, it's physicality, personality, perspective, and place. And for me, physicality is like one of the quickest ways to get into the body of your character. So with Eurydice, she's very muscled, you know, like she's quick, you know, to fly away, but she's also quick to fight. Her fight and flight is extremely engaged. So with that, you know, don't put that on your vocal cords. But no phoning is hard, I know, but you know it's harder not having a voice and ruining your voice. Sorry, you had to hear it from somebody who gets it. I would love to sing every day and shout and scream and sing. But if my voice isn't healthy, then I don't have a career. Do you know what I'm saying? My favorite British slang phrase, I love bish bash bosh. Love that. Really fun to say. I also love, you're right. Love that. I also love...
Members of the Cabaret Company, this is your half-hour call for this evening's performance. This evening, the role of Cost will be played by Alex Regan. The role of Rosie will be played by 30 minutes until beginners. Thank you.
Get it! So yeah, I don't remember what I was saying. Vocal tips for singing strong. Don't focus on, you know, gripping and tension. You don't want to think of those words. You want to think the opposite of those words. You want to think easy. You want to think buzzy. You want to think just different. So really, really how your body works. You know, all good singers have different ways of warming up their voice or cooling down their voice. So you have to just really get into the nitty gritty of it all. Chris, I saw Winnie today. We saw him on the street. I was talking about slang. Yeah, I don't think I have anything. I also love when someone gets upset and they go, "You what?" Love that. Really exciting. I didn't bring my costumes over. The production did. If I had that responsibility, I would probably cry. I don't like having responsibility that's not in my job description. My job's to go on stage and perform. Also, you guys, I took Reeve to go see Matilda when we were in rehearsals because I knew he was gonna freak the fuck out because it's one of my favorite musicals of all time. This is my 5th time seeing it. In all, I saw it twice on Broadway, 3 times in the West End. I love theater. I love theater. You what? Yeah, I just love it. It's really, really great. Strength in her body, but vulnerability in her eyes. That would be my advice for you. Don't copy. Like, don't, not that you would, but like, don't watch other people and be like, oh, that's a good idea. Like, understand how watching someone playing that role makes you feel and connect that with how you see Eurydice. Do you know what I mean? That's how you find your version. This is my 3rd time being onto the audience. You know, fromage, very stressful. I hate doing this. Or was I a theater kid? I was a theater... In my mother's womb, I was a theater kid. Does that make sense? Good. Okay, here we go. That is so light. I'm so scared. Duet song recommendations for school play? Well, what's the play about? I think the reason I don't like doing this is because I know they're not supposed to be twins, but they don't look like they're, like this one looks, you know what I mean? Okay. That'll have to do. I think I'll crash out if I try it again. So let's just be really careful with our emotions today. You know what I'm saying? Time to put these suckers on. Any songs in Spanish? Sí. Ay, de mi llorona, llorona de azul celeste. Ay, de mi llorona, llorona de azul celeste. Thoughts on Urinetown? I don't know. I don't really know that show as well as good. But I will say, have y'all been in McSorley's, the oldest ale house in New York City? Stop belting unhealthily. Find your voice, and then work it up, and then at the height, at the strongest point, call that your belt. Don't go into a studio and say, I want to learn how to belt. I just think learning your instrument is so much more important than just singing loud. That's what microphones are for. Oh my God. Because you know what happens, and this, I've done this before too. I focus so much on power that I don't focus on nuance. I think I'm more impressed with nuance and vocals than I am with power. Because once someone hits a powerful note, you go, whoa. But if someone's just belting through the whole thing, I'm like, I get it, it's really cool, but like, I want to hear, like, that's not how we speak. You know what I'm saying? We speak with nuance, we should sing with nuance. What do I know? What do I know? Yes, I will be performing all of December. Do I do Reeve's makeup? No, girl, he does his own makeup. Right? And it looks that good? I'm telling you, he can do anything. Have any audition tips? Yes, here's a tip. When you go into the room, pretend that you're in your bedroom. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Do I miss Sam? With all of my heart, I yearn for her. I miss that whole cast. It was Noah Ricketts' birthday yesterday. I think he turned 25. But I miss them a lot. I miss all of those silly geese. Sarah and Dari and Jeremy and John and Eric and Dan Rosales, Tanari and Mariah, Austin. There's so many great people in that show. Not too bad. Not too bad. Pop her, no! Hi, I'm Sally Bowles, and I live in Berlin. Of course, a soft singer is capable of mixed belting. You're capable of anything, because your voice, there's no ceiling to what your voice can do. You just can't compare your strong and powerful parts of your voice to another singer. That's like saying I want this perfume to smell the way this perfume smells on this person. For me, impossible. I should do more on the bottom. Just a tad. Also, I will say, everybody, for all of you artists, which I think we all are in our own way, now's not the time to be scared. Now's the time to use your voice. Now's the time to be bold. Now's the time to be unapologetic about your values and how you put those values into your work, into your art, into your pussy, into your life, into how you treat people. Now is the time to live as loudly and as proudly as fucking possible. I do not do powder. No, it makes me dry. I use this instead. Be fucking you know when you think about something and then your eyes see a visual and you just completely forget what you're going to say? You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. I remember having a conversation one time with somebody. I was like, why can't people just blah, blah, blah? And then someone says, they might not be as strong as you. And I remember that stuck with me so much because it's not to say that people are more powerful than other people. People are powerful in certain things they're powerful in. I'm not going to go to an office space where people are doing taxes and go, I'm powerful here. No. But my accountant is, because I had a conversation with him today, and that's like something that he's proud of. He wears that with like a badge of honor, and he loves working with people and talking to people about their finances, about stuff like that to make them feel good. Just like when I come and do the theater, this is where I feel like I have power. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't let anyone, including the judge in your head, take that away from you, because we need that now more than ever, you guys, more than ever. It's spooky dooky out there and it's getting worse by the day. I would go see Reeve, but he's busy getting ready and he needs his space. Just live your life loud and proud. What? YOLO, you only live once? Yeah, exactly. So say what the fuck you want to say and be the person that you tell yourself that you want to be. Why wait? Why wait till the new year to write a resolution? Do that shit now. Do that shit now. Be that person now. Stop hiding. And if you feel like you're at home and you don't want to leave the house, baby, butterflies have to be in cocoons too before they complete their metamorphosis. You know what I mean? See stages of your life as cycles of transformation. Stop being so hard on yourself too. Stop that. It's annoying. I'm talking to myself now. It's annoying, and what is it doing for you except stressing you out and making the therapy bill go way up? Just not worth it. It's not worth it. Unless you're one of those weird people that sometimes a little bit of like push, tough love will help you, whatever. But really, you gotta be that hard on yourself. You gotta tear yourself down the second you feel like no. Look at this. This is one of the things I love about this room. Look at all these pictures of these amazing women. You know what I'm saying? Carol and Meryl. Oh my God. Dolly. Lee. Fucking all these. Jane up there. I'm sure they have their moments of doubt too. But you know what? They fucking went on with their lives. Tits to the wind. I want to be like that. No, I don't wear contacts. I hate contacts. Right, everybody. I gotta go. Okay, let's go. The only last step of my makeup is that I just put this on. And I put on some lipstick. But I have to get dressed now, and I really don't feel like showing everybody my cock and balls. So, gotta go. Don't forget what I said.
Members of the Cabaret Company, this is your quarter-hour call for this evening's performance. This is your quarter-hour call.
Right.
This is also the start of the phone shift. Thank you.
Love you all. Look, no doubt. Have none. See you soon. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And tits to the wind. Okay, bye.